morning to all of you. Here we are going to start the topics about Ohm's law. Isn't it? What does it state? It states that the current I flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference. Potential difference V applied across the ends of the conductor provided the physical conditions like temperature, pressure, mechanical strain, etc. are kept constant. Is it clear? According to Ohm's law, the current flowing through any cross section of a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor provided the pressure, external temperature, mechanical strain, etc. are remain constant. It means what? That I directly proportional to V. Current I directly proportional to potential difference V. From there we can say V directly proportional to R. It implies what? V equal to R into I, where R is a constant of proportionality. Is it clear? Implies R equal to V by I. So where R is a constant of proportionality known as resistance of the conductor. Now about the deduction of Ohm's law. We know the relation between current and drift velocity is given by I equal to small n capital A V suffix D into E. What is that n? N is the number of free electrons per unit volume. A is the area of cross section of the conductor. V is the drift velocity and E is the charge on the conductor. Again we know that V is equal to small e capital E divided by M into tau. And since V equal to V by L, so we can write V is equal to small e capital V divided by ML whole thing into tau. Is it clear? From there we can say I equal to NEA. If we put the value of V here, you will get what? Small e capital V ML tau. Is it clear? Equal to how much? N square A into tau divided by ML into V. So from there we can say V by I equal to ML by N square A tau. But we know V by I equal to how much? R. So R equal to that, the value of R is how much? ML divided by N square A tau. Is it clear? ML divided by N square A tau. And from this relation, from the value of R, we come to say that this R, that resistance, depends upon the length of the conductor, area of cross section of the conductor, and the relaxation time. That means about the temperature. And what is resistance? Next question is what is resistance? Generally, it is the ratio of potential to the current flowing through a conductor. Generally, it is the ratio of potential to the current flowing through a conductor. Be serious about that. Notice that R depends upon L, A, tau. These things are constant, but it is independent of V and I. Is it clear? It is independent of A and I. Now, what is resistance? We can say that resistance is the ratio of potential to the current flowing through the conductor. It depends upon the length of the conductor, area of cross section of the conductor, and relaxation time. Is it clear? And now, what is the unit of resistance? As we know, what is the unit of resistance? SI unit of resistance is Ohm. We know R equal to V by I. If V equal to 1 volt and I equal to 1 ampere, then R equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere equal to 1 ohm. The resistance of a conductor is said to be 1 ohm if a current of 1 ampere flows through a conductor when the potential difference of 1 volt is maintained across the ends of the conductor. Is it clear? If a current of 1 ampere flows through a conductor when a potential difference of 1 volt is maintained across the ends of the conductor, then the resistance is said to be 1 ohm. Now, what is CGS unit? Then CGS unit is generally two types. One is known as stat ohm. One is known as stat ohm and other one is known as AB ohm. So since again one R equal to 1 by V by I, so if V is equal to 1 stat volt and I equal to 1 stat ampere, then R equal to how much? 1 stat volt by 1 stat ampere is equal to 1 stat ohm. The resistance of a conductor is said to be 1 stat ohm if a current of 1 stat ampere flows through a conductor when a potential difference of 1 stat volt is maintained across the ends of the conductor. Is it clear? If it is electromotive unit, if you go for the electromotive unit, we will see that electromotive unit of resistance is how much? AB ohm. If a resistance of a conductor is said to be 1 AB ohm, if current flows through the conductor is 1 AB ampere, when the potential difference of 1 AB volt is maintained across the ends of the conductor. My point is clear. If a conductor is said to be having the resistance of 1 AB ohm, if a current of 1 AB ampere flows through a conductor when the resistance of the conductor, when the potential difference across the ends of the conductor is 1 AB volt. Is it clear? So we know that there are three resistances are there. One is known as 3 units are there. One is known as ohm. Second one is known as stat ohm. Third one is known as AB ohm. Let's find what is the relation between AB ohm and stat ohm. Now we are going to find out the relation between ohm and stat ohm. First is what? Ohm and stat ohm. We know 1 ohm equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. So we can write 1 by 300 stat volt divided by 3 into 10 to the power 9 stat ampere. So the result will be how much? 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 11 stat ohm. Is it clear? Again I am repeating. 1 ohm equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. So it is equal to how much? 1 volt is equal to 1 by 300 stat volt. 1 ampere is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 stat ampere. So the result will be 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 11 stat ohm. Now what is the relation between ohm and AB ohm? We know 1 ohm equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. And 1 volt equal to how much? 10 to the power 8 AB volt. And 1 ampere equal to how much? 1 by 10 AB ampere. So the result will be how much? 10 to the power 9 AB ohm. Is it clear? So we consider 1 ohm is equal to how much? 10 to the power 9 AB ohm. Now we are going to find out the relation between stat ohm and AB ohm. Just we come to know that 1 ohm is equal to 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 11 stat ohm and 1 ohm equal to 10 to the power 9 AB ohm. So equating these two we can get it 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 11 stat ohm equal to 10 to the power 9 AB ohm. So the result will be 1 stat ohm equal to 3 into 10 to the power 20 AB ohm. Clear or not? 3 into 10 to the power 20 AB ohm. So this is the relation between ohm, stat ohm, AB ohm and stat ohm, AB ohm. Now we are going to discuss about specific resistance or resistivity. We know resistance of a conductor R depends upon what? Length of the conductor and area of cross section of the conductor. It is directly proportional to the length of the conductor and inversely proportional. And number 2, inversely proportional to the what? Area of the cross section of the conductor. Inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor. Is it clear? So if R is the resistance, L is the length, A is the area, then you can say R directly proportional to L and R inversely proportional to A. That will be 1 by A. So combining these two, we will get R directly proportional to L by A. So equal to how much? Rho into L by A. Where rho is a constant of proportionality known as specific resistance or resistivity of the conductor. If L equal to 1 unit, A equal to 1 unit square, then rho equal to R. Thus we can define specific resistance or resistivity of a conductor is equal to the resistance of the conductor whose area is 1 unit square and the length is 1 unit. Or in other words, we can say the resistance of a unit cube is equal to what? Is equal to the specific resistance. Is it clear?